All right, hey, welcome to part 2 of how to get 33% more revenue. Watch the video and see it at the end.
Once I get more money from them, now my last and kind of most important part here is get them to buy more, right? So we call this lifetime value. So I'll put that over here, lifetime value. So, and really what this comes down to is churn, retention, so getting them to stay with our program longer. So how do we do that, right? What are the strategies that we're gonna need to keep somebody longer in our program? So it might be community, right? A lot of gyms and things like that, it's like, oh, you know, they come for working out, but they stay for the community. You hear that a lot in the different programs and different niches, right? So how do we get them to stay longer? The longer we can keep that person, the more money that we can keep generating from that person. Same with memberships. If a membership is a one-year membership, but you notice people are leaving at month 6, like you've got to address why they're not going from month 6 to month 12. So really important to know our numbers on this, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So lifetime value, how do I get them to stay longer with my program? All right. So again, churn, fallout, whatever you call that, retention. So community, how do you build community in there? How do you give them, gamify it to make them want to stick around longer? Success, right? So if maybe it's a weight loss program, maybe it's a teeth cleaning program or teeth whitening, right? Whatever those successes are, if you can show them like, hey, this is the before, this is the after. That's why in like fitness and gyms and things like that, you always see before and after because you're forecasting, right? You're like, this can be you. And then when you do have them become a member and they see the results that they've gotten, wow, they're like, man, I want to stick with this. This is really good. So again, you continue to keep them around longer. So as I do that, I'm getting them to buy more times. And if you're doing this correctly, you're getting them to buy at different levels and continue buying throughout that lifetime of that person or student or business, whatever it might be for you. So again, what are some strategies on how to keep people around longer, right? So I already talked about it a little bit, like you want to have the ability to have people coming in the door. As they come in the door, we want to start to get more money from that person, then we want them to stay around longer, right? So if we can build success, if we can build community, if we can build events around these people, they're going to stay longer, which is what we want, right? We want to be able to get that lifetime value up as high as we can because that is how we make money from a business. If I only look at acquiring new people, then it's going to be cost of acquisition is always going to be the problem. But if I can figure out how to get people in at free, where it doesn't cost me money, or a front end offer that costs me very little, now as I start to build out these different levels, my money starts to multiply very quickly because I don't have to keep getting new people in the door. I can get the people in and then I can get more money from each one of those. So my acquisition is going to go down, or I can know that my lifetime value has gone up. So I can always put more money on advertising to get more people in because I know that they're going to stick around longer. So again, it comes back to tracking, right? So how do we do this? Success, getting them to actually show up and do the things that we're asking them to do. So if we can get those successes, if we can build that community, it's going to help. Handwritten cards, phone calls, text messages, emails, all of these things that we're communicating with people are going to help us keep people around longer, right? Once you forget about whatever product or service that you're getting, you start to stop going or stop buying, right? So the more I can communicate, the more I can make them feel part of the group or the mission, the better I'm gonna be, the more money I'm gonna make from that particular client. So how do you do all this, right? So I want to kind of take a second here. All right. So I want to show really quickly the idea of numbers, right? And why they're so important. So for more money, right? Mo peeps. I've got to know what my acquisition cost is, right? So I need to know how much it costs me to get a new member and what is that value I'm getting from that new member. So I have to track my cost, right? Oops. The cost to get that new person, okay? So I want to track those numbers, right? And from there, I also want to start to go down that list and I want to track what is it, how much am I making per person, right? How much? how much am I making from the initial offer, and then as I start to go in to my value ladder, right? How much am I making for each one of those persons? And then from there, how long, right? So how long are they gonna stick around? That goes back to that lifetime value. So what I wanna do is, as I'm tracking these numbers, so especially for like the length, if I know that I'm selling a continuity program where someone's coming in, they're paying every month for something, and month 1, month 2, month 3, month 4, I'm good. Like they're paying their money, but then on month 4, I notice that their billing stops. They're not part of the program anymore. They're quitting the program, whatever that is, and say this is a 12-month program. What I need to do is figure out why that's happening on month 4. So what I can do is I can start to ask questions, figure out why they're leaving. I can send out a handwritten card on month 4. I can send out a gift, like, hey, here's your little whatever stuffed animal that's gonna get you through that next thing, right? And then what's gonna happen is I'm gonna see that these numbers start to increase, hopefully, as we test different offers or different things, a handwritten card, a phone call, a text, whatever that is. At month 3, now I hope that now instead of at month 4, they leave. So now we start seeing that they're paying month 4, month 5, month 6. Now at month 6, they're dropping out. So I do it again. So all of this, I figure out, handwritten card, give them a free offer, whatever it looks like. And again, I wanna make this value last longer. But if I'm not tracking these numbers, and we'll get into how to track and stuff like that on another one, but make sure that you're tracking these things so that you can see, hey, I'm having people fall out here, or I'm having people fall out month 6, wherever that looks like. Really, really important, because that is how we're gonna extend that value of that client. So, what you've all been waiting for. How am I gonna get 33% more revenue without adding any additional cost to my business, okay? So, let's look at this. So to get 33% more revenue, all I have to do is add 10% increase to each one of our 3 categories. So, Mo Peeps, Mo Time, Mo Money, right? So I have to add 10% to each one of these 3 categories. So if I can add 10%, 10%, 10%, sorry about my writing, I'm going to get a 33% increase in revenue. And like I said, I can do this without spending any money, any additional money, so I can get a 33% revenue increase, which will also turn out to be a profit at the end of the year. And that's what we're hoping to get, right? Every quarter to actually have a little bit of money, not just work a 9 to 5 of our own personal business. So how do I get 10% more people? There's a couple ways, right? Obviously you could spend money and get more advertising. And if you know your numbers and you know that, hey, every time, for us, we know that every $50 we spend, we get 600. So we have a 12x, on top of our ad spend. So we spend 50 in advertising, we're gonna get 600 on the back end. So for us, it makes sense to keep pushing money towards ads. But how do you do this without that, right? So a couple things that you can do. One, just get better at sales, right? Practice sales. Do more trainings on sales. Watch more videos. I have video sales trainings. If you need some, let me know. Record yourself doing sales if you're doing that. If it's a product, you've got to tweak the offer maybe. Add something for free that they can get. Do a quick video that talks about whatever your product is and, hey, how to use your product, and give that as a value offer, right? So all you're looking to do is get, so out of 10 sales, if you're normally getting 10, all you have to do is get 11, okay? And again, if you're doing some kind of actual sales process, just practice more. Do 30 minutes of listening to yourself sell. Do 30 minutes of actually trying to practice that sale, right? So listening and then talking. So you're actually talking for 30 minutes a day and you're listening to yourself go through the process for 30 minutes a day. That is going to increase probably way more than 10%, but let's just say you only get 10%. You're gonna get one more person every offer that you do, right? Whether that's a month, whatever those numbers look like for you. So all we have to do is go from 10 to 11. 10 sales, of product to 11 sales of product, or 10 people to 11 people. Not really that hard. If you don't think that you can do that, you probably shouldn't be in business. So how do we get more time? Again, if you follow what I was saying by tracking those numbers, that's free. It might take you a couple minutes to actually set up a spreadsheet and do that thing, but after that, you're just going in, clicking the numbers, making sure people are lasting the long time that they can. And then if we're getting 10 months out of normal people, all we have to do, get 11 months. One little additional thing, a handwritten card, a text message, a phone call, whatever that looks like for your business, implement that, and then you get one more month out of somebody, 10% more. Perfect, that's all we need. And then Mo Money, same thing. If you're selling an item for $10, all we have to do is increase the value to 11. And you can do that through a lot of different ways. A lot of times people are just undervaluing their product or service, and you can just raise the price 10% for any new people, and you'll get that 10% increase. If it's a product or offer, now you just need to bundle a couple of things together. Like I said, you could have a video or an ebook that goes along with that, and that builds the value of that. So for martial arts, a lot of times what we do is we give them a mentor, we give them a nutrition guide, we give them a diet to follow, we give them a curriculum workbook. All this stuff took us a little bit of time to create, but once we created it, it's done, and then it's just an easy download for people. But what it does is it brings the value of the product up, so now I'm not competing just against another martial arts school. I'm competing on my own based on the value of the product that we have, and it's completely different than anyone else in the area. So that's what you want to do. Whether it's a CD, a DVD, a supplement, whatever, you need to add something to that builds value, and then you can raise the price of that. So again, if you're selling it for $10, now all you have to do is raise that price to $11, and you're going to be able to get this 33% increase in revenue. And as you do that, you'll see that these little incremental changes open really, really big doors for you. So you get a lot of profit, a lot of money in the door with very little changes to your actual structure of your business. And that is how you take a non-profitable business to a profitable business model. So again, I just want to kind of reiterate the three things, right? More people in the door, get them to stick around longer, and then get them to spend more money with you. So that's the only three ways that you can grow your business. And if you want to do that and get that 33% increase without any ad spend or out any extra money, just get these three levers up 10% each, and you're going to get that 33% increase. I hope that all makes sense. If you have any questions, throw it in the comments below. Also, remember, I'm a martial artist, so will you please tap out that like button and please subscribe. I'm going to be giving a lot of value like these videos all the time on a weekly basis, on a daily basis. So please subscribe and you'll get all of these as quickly as they come out. Also, just like to thank you for checking out the channel. And if you do know anybody that would like this information, please share my channel with them. And I hope it helps you grow your business or start a business, right? Like I said, put any questions or comments in the comments below, and I hope this helps you grow your business. Talk to you soon. Thank you so much. Make sure you follow up and always listen to Lance.